Alrighty everyone, this is Blackwood Raven, and as by request by you guys, I'm going to be doing two new deck lists today. These are going to be the two new trial decks that came out. I decided to throw together how I would play these decks. Now, as a warning, as I said in my previous video, these decks are going to be proxied, so if you don't want to see them, get the hell out now. So, to start the deck is Star-vader Dust-Tail Unicorn as my starter. I feel like this is a really good starter in this deck because, well, frankly, Garnet Star doesn't use any counterblasts, so just not that risky to use this guy's effect. So for the trigger lineup, it's a very standard 4 heal, 4 draw, and 8 critical triggers. Yeah. For grade 1s, I played 2 of the 10k booster for Legions. Frankly, I think this is good. Hitting 30k consistently is actually very, very amazing. I play 4 copies of Star-vader Neon, 10k attacker, very standard. 4 Barrier Star-vader Prometheum, 4 perfect cards. Then 4 Star-vader Boltline Dragon. Why did I say Dragon? 4 Star-vader Boltline. I was originally going to play Venom in this slot. When I saw this card, I wanted to test him out, because what this card's effect is, if this unit boosts a Link Joker unit and it hits your opponent's Vanguard, you have the ability to target one of your opponent's locked rear guards and then make them stay locked. So, this applies a different form of pressure to your opponent. Because if you have either did a Break Ride or you used Garnet Star's Legion ability, this guy adds extra pressure to rear guards attacks that seem very pointless, so they can just take it so they can serve their hand to guard your Vanguard, because doing this will allow you to keep more of their units locked. So I think this card is good, and it's also what I'm testing right now. For my grade 2s, I play 3 copies of Star-vader Astro Reaper. This is also a new card that just came out. It's in I think it's one of the double rares in the Hajimaro set, but what this guy does is, when this unit is in the rear guard and it hits your opponent's Vanguard, you Soul Blast 1, and then you check the top 5 cards of your deck, select 1 unit that's in your Vanguard circle, and add it to your hand. So this is good grade 2, just in case you read this guy. Or in grade 3, so you can search for more of your Garnet Stars. Why would you want to search for more Garnet Stars, you may ask? See, the problem with this deck is it's good, but you can't relock things with Garnet Star's effect. Once you've legioned already. So this guy allows you to dig for more Garnet Stars, which will let you put more pressure on, or you can search for the Legion mates, so when you eventually do Legion, you can combo lock more of their stuff. Next is 4 copies of Radon, 12k attacker. Then, I think it's partner Star-vader Photon, if I'm fully correct. What he does is, when he's in the rear guard, and you have a Link Joker Vanguard, and one of your opponent's rear guards gets locked, you lock another one of their rear guards. So pretty much, if this guy's in the rear guard, and you Break Ride, lock 2 rear guards, his effect activates, lock another one. So pretty much it's a free triangle lock. So, for grade 3s, 4 copies of Star-vader Infinite Zero Dragon, probably one of the best Break Rides that exist in this game. What he does is, when you Break Ride a Link Joker unit on this unit, it gains plus 10,000, and then you lock 1 unit in the front row and in the back row. The normal, very standard play would be to lock one of your opponent's front row attackers and the unit behind their Vanguard. Then you either use something like Dust-tail or Photon to lock their other front row rear guard. Then next, Mr. Big and Scary, who everyone seems to hate just because Korn used him. 4 copies of Star-vader Garnet Star Dragon, and as standard with all my Legion decks, that was backwards, I will show you what the Legion looks like. So, what this guy does is he legions this guy, obviously. And when he performs Legion, you lock one of your opponent's units in the front row and in the back row. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this right now. If you do decide to play this deck, never Legion after you break ride. Now, some of you are probably wondering, why wouldn't you want to Legion after you break ride? You're using up this ability too quickly. You want to be able to keep consistent pressure on your opponent, this guy, and also to help build up card advantage by keeping their units locked. So the normal combo would be is if try to get this guy into the rear guard as fast as possible. That's why I also play Astro Reaper. So I can dig for more copies of this guy during grade 2, because I've gotten this guy consistently as my grade 2 Vanguard a couple of times. So you want to dig for him. Don't try to triangle lock if you don't have to. You can just lock one unit in the front row, one unit in the back row. It's better to conserve your resources. You don't have to burn too much stuff. Because if you say lock the whole field once, okay, well now you can't do anything next turn. Sorry about that. That was a bit of a long explanation for just one card, but I feel like it was necessary. So everyone, this has been my Star-vader Garnet Star Dragon deck profile, and I will see you all in my next video.